everyone, and welcome to my reaction to the version 3.3 live stream. Thank you, Modri, for sending me the links. I thought you glued it already. No, last night, we're talking about my Genshin figure. Last night, I tried to glue it, but then our super glue was dry. I thought, I don't know if you were here, but then we made all those jokes about it won't go in and stuff like that. Yeah, so. Do you have a favorite figure? Not all of my figures are displayed. I would say my Zoro figure. It's so amazing. It's not just that it's Zoro, because Zoro's not my favorite character. Luffy's my favorite character. But that is just the movement and the muscles, and he has 3 swords. 4 swords. No, I'm joking. I think that one's my favorite. Then I would say, ooh, it's so difficult because they're all so amazing. So amazing. I would have to spend some time looking at them all and then making a list. But for those of you that haven't seen yet, on my games channel. Okay, her sword fell off again. But this is my Jean. I will glue that eventually. So this is from Modru. It was supposed to be a Christmas present, but I didn't know it was on the way. Okay, it's not focusing. Focus. There you go. So I didn't know it was on the way. And it came early. That's what she said. And I was like, and I opened it and I was like, what's this? And then when I saw it, I was like, I knew who sent it. So I was like, hi. Because Modri sent me a jean t-shirt and a jean blanket. So I was like, I know who sent this. And then I just confirmed. So sadly, I don't have like an opening video. Okay, well, I'm going to have to put that there now. Luffy. Aww. Okay. So this is the sword that I have to glue. It's the which one is this? Not Favonius. Which one's this? But I have to glue it so that it's straight. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Gonna keep it there for now so it doesn't get lost, because I'm scared it falls and then my cats chew it or something. I have to glue it. I see you've been talking to Cherry about Zoro. You just like Mosshead. No, it's not true. It's not just because it's him. I love it. And Hunk almost blinded you. Yeah. So yeah, obviously my favorite character is Jean, for anyone who was wondering. But yeah, let's jump into the live reaction. It happened just like an hour or so ago, I guess. And then after this, we are going to be watching Gintama live, sponsored by William. It is a 5-episode. It'll be 5 episodes, so it's gonna be good. Without further ado, let's watch.
What am I doing? Well, obviously I'm here scouting out the place. I've been investigating.
Is it loud?
I've already figured out all the plans for the event. Of course, I can tell you all the details. We're practically family. I'm Max Middleman, and this is the Genshin Impact version 3.3 special program.
I miss Ito's voice. My Ito. Yay! Let's enjoy it, Sotos. Okay, wait. I'm supposed to pause here and watch the Japanese version because I play the game in Japanese. So, it's better for me this way. Oops. Oh, there. A friendly word of advice.
肝試し大会では毎回怪しい噂が流されてしまうのです。どうかお気をつけて。
お気をつけて。
どうだ。
Ah. See, that's the Ito I know.
そこにいるのは。
ほんまに幽霊が混ざり込んだん？なんだかオイラを見てるような気がするぞ。君たち、私に声をかけた。
どうけよ。これでお前から預かった任務は完了だ。
I was thinking this is just gonna be a fun side event and then boom, Dottore.
これでお前から預かった任務は完了だ。
残暑、それに歌舞伎者、存在なきものとなる。
お前の時にこの私が仕掛けた罠が見破れるとまさか本気で思っていたのか。
ドットレ。なら次はプライベートな時間だ。
My surprise Anemo boy! I can't believe he's Anemo. I love that though. Oh, wow! Wow. Oh, but another bow user for Vert. Wow, he says the name so cool. Scaramouche. What the fuck? He's a small boy. I feel sorry for him. I didn't like him all that much before. Like, not didn't like him, but I just didn't have any feelings towards him in general because I wasn't playing the game when everyone first met him. So when he came around again, everyone was like, ah, and I was like, huh? And so I was just like, I felt left out and sad. So I didn't particularly like him or dislike him. And then suddenly I found out he's a Nemo and I was more interested in him. I was like, huh? What? What's the story? Who is he? And then we found out all the stuff about his backstory and he's just actually a small boy that was like basically abandoned. Oh, now I feel sad for him and I want to help him, you know. Okay.
A variety of strange rooms.
Sorry. Orange juice after it just doesn't hit the ear the same way. This is a good part though. I don't want to hear his voice now. I have his voice in my head and that's what I want to have in my head. Oh wait, he's gonna be in the trailer. I mean in the live stream. But that doesn't matter because they don't talk like the character. It's just the VA talking normally. Okay, please don't let me forget about this time. Last time I forgot. So after the live stream, I have to open the game and open the stuff and add that codes. You got the link to the 2 new character VA. Okay, we can take a look at that at the end as well. Wow, Sotos. Deep breaths.
To the Genshin Impact version 3.3 special program. I'm your host, Sarah Miller-Cruz, the voice of Lumine in Genshin Impact. And today, I'm joined by...
Max, the one and only middleman.
Excuse me? Doesn't Japan also do a live stream now? Or did I hear that wrong? Because if Japan does, did they get Lumine's VA? Because I would watch that in Japanese, no subtitles. I just want to hear it. I just want to listen.
Voice of the one and only Arataki Ito. And I'm Patrick Pedraza, voice of the Wanderer. But up until now,
Aw, different VA. I thought so.
Everyone's been battling me.
She's too busy, probably.
Yeah, that's true. But to be fair, it's a really cool fight.
It's a really cool fight. Yeah, I know.
They didn't
Anyway,
have it though.
Super excited to have the chance to share.
I guess it's much more difficult in Japan to get the VAs because the VAs are all really, really famous and they have all these different projects that they're working on. It's like, yeah, it's probably difficult. Who did they have in the Japanese one?
Some upcoming content with everyone. What did you all think about that trailer?
Okay, so I definitely saw Irminsul in there, and I am really excited to find out more about it.
Yeah, that trailer had everything. It had everything. It had action. It had drama. It was lighthearted in places, but it was dramatic.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just super stoked for everyone to see Scaramouche's like.
Hazel and Scaramouche.
I'm super excited.
Oh,
for girls.
Scaramouche at least
Well,
is the
speaking
main
of
event, I
that,
think so.
Following the story's development, Scaramouche is still in Nahida's custody. So I bet the question everyone's wanting to know is how he'll become the Wanderer.
Yeah, for sure. And there's quite a story behind that. If you're interested, then be sure to play through the Archon Quest interlude chapter, Inversion of Genesis. There is so much to learn in this quest, so I hope everyone checks it out. Oh, come on, man. You can't just leave everyone hanging like that. How about some
Checks it
hints?
out.
Please, please. All right. How can I say no to a cute Chibi-Ito? You can't. Here's a little preview from the quest.
We ran into two people at the Academia today.
No. No. I'm sorry. English Paimon, I cannot. I know Paimon is supposed to sound like that. But no, I cannot. I can't. No. Okay. What? Is there a Japanese trailer for this? Oh, alright. There's no subtitles. Okay. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I got screwed when I watched the live stream. Twitch gave me 4 minutes of ads and I missed the trailer and the first set of codes. That's frustrating. 4 minutes of ads. Okay, I can do this. I love orange juice.
We ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. From what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination.
I can't pay attention to what she's saying. It's too difficult. I need subtitles. I've gotten so used to reading subtitles. Even when I'm watching Futurama, I still have subs on because I don't know, it just helps. Just drink some toothpaste flavored OJ. Tatarasana. I don't know. Paimon's Japanese VA sounds so natural, and this sounds so forced to me. But that's just because my ear is not used to it. So.
Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Wait, why are they talking about Tatarasuna?
I guess we'll have to see. It is interesting, though, to see the Traveler.
It sounds like
and Scaramouche.
Modri says it sounds like a little old lady, but to me it sounds like, you know, a recent cute little character that had both a Gigi and the baby form. It's like a baby and the Gigi, but the Basan, both in one somehow.
All together so peacefully like that.
Yeah, but in this interlude chapter, Nahida will task the Traveler and Paimon with keeping an eye on Scaramouche while we go with him into Irminsul in search of some information.
Oh, interesting. So obviously Nahida must have some reason for deciding to keep Scaramouche around.
Oh yeah, totally. And I'm liking Scaramouche's new style. Ooh, dude's looking sharp.
Heck yeah, always. No, right. And at this point, he's known by a completely different name, the Wanderer. I love that name.
Okay, so I know I'm not the only one who's curious about what happened. I mean, it looks like he's really changed a lot.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm afraid that's all we can show for now. Travelers will have to experience the story for themselves in-game. I mean, it's better to explore the storyline without too many spoilers, right?
Yes,
True.
I agree.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, we'll leave the rest for travelers to discover themselves.
Thank you.
But the Wanderer is also going to be a new playable character in version 3.3. So let's talk about that.
Kakihara Tetsuya, a wayfaring figure whose identity is a mystery. He dresses like a mountain ascetic, but he certainly does not act the part. Ascetic?
I'm sure many of our viewers are curious about his talents.
Heck yeah, sure thing. Let's have a look at the Wanderer in combat.
Ooh.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy.
I love his hat.
The wind rises.
Wow. Wow, I like that.
Bow your head.
That's the best. I love his cue. The expression.
Alright, Patrick, you're up.
That's so fucking cute. I love his expressions. Oh, I like him so much more than I thought I would like a month ago. Look at that cute face. All of the faces. I like the hand thing. I like the his cute face. It looks like yandere-ish, you know, that kind of crazy face. I like those kinds of expressions, and then the it's like nice, and then
Alright, Patrick, you're up. Help introduce the Wanderer for us.
Sure
cute.
thing. The Wanderer is a catalyst user and has an animo-vision, so he uses wind blades to perform ranged normal attacks.
Wait a second, wind blades?
Not the same as the Traveler's wind blade, though.
Okay.
So, as everyone probably already noticed, the Wanderer can hover in the air when he casts his elemental skill.
on the
Upon using
move
his elemental
forward
skill,
too.
He will first deal AoE damage before leaping into the air and entering a hovering state. So while
Whoa,
hovering,
you can.
the Wanderer's normal and charge attacks will be converted into Kugo, Fushudan, and Kugo
Whoa.
Tofukai respectively. The damage they deal and their AoE will be increased. Their damage will be considered normal and charge attack damage, respectively. Also, Kugo Tofukai will not consume stamina, and he can remain
Whoa.
hovering for a certain duration.
That's so awesome.
That is super awesome.
I know, right? But he can't stay hovering forever. While hovering, the Wanderer constantly consumes Kuguryoku points to maintain his hovering state, which is the blue meter you see on the screen. Even if he doesn't move or attack, hovering will still consume Kuguryoku points.
Okay.
So this mechanic works a little differently than our typical stamina meter. There are many possible actions the Wanderer can perform while hovering in the air, which all rely on Kuguryoku points rather than stamina.
Whoa.
So, for example, sprinting mid-air will consume additional Kuguryoku points to accelerate mid-air, and holding the sprint button will cause persistent point consumption to maintain speed. So, this effect will replace his default sprint. Jumping expends extra Kuguryoku points to increase hovering height. Holding jump will cause persistent Kuguryoku point consumption to keep increasing hovering height. Of course, running out of points will end his hovering state.
Oh, okay. So travelers will need to plan their actions while hovering.
Exactly. So, with his talent, Jade Claim Flower, when casting his elemental skill, if it contacts Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, that
I have a
instance of the
feeling
skill
getting
will receive
C1 or
a
C2 of
corresponding
him is
buff
gonna be
effect,
really good.
Depending on which element was
Maybe it will
contacted. So, for
increase
example,
his
increasing
hovering
his
time and
Kuguryoku
stuff.
Points cap, attack, crit rate, or restoring a set amount of energy upon hitting opponents with a normal or charged attack. The Wanderer can have up to 2 different kinds of these buffs simultaneously.
Ooh.
Oh, look, check that out. Part of the halo behind him changes color depending on the buffs you get. so travelers will be able to easily understand what effects the Wanderer currently has.
I like that. It's helpful and still looks really cool.
Yeah.
So after unlocking another talent, Gales of Reverie, when the Wanderer is in the hovering state, if his normal or charged attack hits an enemy, there is a set chance to gain another buff effect, allowing him to sprint midair without consuming Kugaryoku points.
Ooh.
Additionally, this buff effect
Wow,
will fire
so
wind
many
arrows
things.
to attack the enemy.
Additionally,
Oh, dope.
And
I'm
upon
sure
that,
buff effects like that will go a
also-
long way for players when they're in combat.
Yeah, for sure. And if you've noticed, there is a colorful aura of light around his body to indicate when that buff effect is triggered.
I saw that.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
I love all the detail they put into the Wanderer.
Yeah,
Alright,
lots
this
of
brings
details.
us to the Wanderer's elemental burst.
Yay!
So, check this out. Upon unleashing his burst, he compresses the atmosphere and stomps it down toward the enemy.
Whoa.
Travelers should note that if the Wanderer is in a hovering state when he unleashes his burst, then the hovering state will end and he will begin descending after the burst is completed.
Okay, this stomping animation is a little aggressive.
Yeah, but it's
No,
cool.
what?
I know, and
Aggressive?
character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't help but agree.
Oh,
Let's not.
no. The attack to kill your opponent is a little aggressive. It is hot.
Forget about the exploration talent.
Ah, yes. This is an interesting one.
Ooh,
The Wanderer can decrease
wow.
the mora required when ascending bows and catalysts.
Hey, now you can never complain about saving.
I like that energy, like he has I told you before, with those crazy faces, it happens often with yandere characters that's kind of like there's a moment in a lot of anime with a yandere character where they kind of snap, and that's usually like the face. I think that is not him as a character because he's a small boy, but I mean that expression to me is attractive with yandere characters.
Having more,
That's why I like them.
Okay, that's
Even though in real life
Alright,
you don't want
I'll-
someone to kill you, but it's so fun to watch.
we've seen the Wanderer. Let's move on to the next new character. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yay!
What did you say? Oh, I'm old now, so every other phrase escapes my ears. Try calling me Madam Faruzan, and I'll see if I can pick that up. Huh? What is it that you would like to learn more about? Different forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms? The base layer design of elemental monuments? Huh. Wait. Did you forget to call me Madam Faruzan just now when you asked your question? Whoa! What? There's nothing wrong with being afraid of thunder, even at an older age.
Oh, she sounds
gosh.
sassy.
I know.
She sounds sassy. Okay, but can we look up her VAs? I feel like sometimes a character's tone sounds different in Japanese versus English. So I just want to find out who her English I want to know who her Japanese VA is so that so that I can just kind of get an understanding of, because they choose oftentimes, but not always, they choose certain VAs, famous VAs that bring a certain energy to the character. So I feel like I would be able to understand this character better if I can maybe get the feel of what her Japanese VA, who her Japanese VA, isn't that, I know this girl, isn't she, she's Paula. I love Paula's voice, but Felix. She is! I knew it! I wasn't sure because I was like, why don't I recognize her face? But I think she recently changed her picture. I don't remember. She's one of my favorite characters. Tsubasa Hanekawa. Okay, now I'm much more excited. Wow, she's gonna be great. And I think that will give us a playful, maybe not playful, but a more, because if you know Bakemonogatari, even when she's chastising a character. She's still, yeah, that one. Here is a video of her doing Faruzan's voice lines. Yay! Okay, wait. No, that's good. Yay!
Fact:
Still ads. I thought
women
this.
suffer from interrupted sleep on their period. Try our first breathable night pad in South Africa with our most breathable top sheet and 60% wider back for all-around comfortable protection. A good night's sleep, a kick-ass day.
何わからないところがあるのまったく見せてみなさいなるほどねこら先輩と呼びなさい
Doesn't that sound like a million times better? I'm sorry, that's my opinion. But I mean, it's obviously my bias plays a role because I love, but this doesn't even sound like Tsubasa, Hanekawa, I mean. Why did I say Tsubasa? Because that's not what I call her. Her name's Hanekawa. At least that's what she's referred to as. But doesn't this sound so amazing? Wow.
なるほどねこら先輩と呼びなさい
See? That's how she
仕方ない
sounds.
わね今回も手を貸してやるわ
She sounds so...
そうだ旅人あなたも手伝ってちょうだい
And it sounds so much more like an anima voice, right?
これお願いするわね
Wow. Now I want her. I didn't want her before, now I want her. Wow. Like... Sorry, no offense to the English VA. I'm sure that the English directors, casting people, they gave her a certain personality to follow or whatever. So no hate to the VA. I'm just saying they chose better for the Japanese VA. And I know that even was it Barbara or was it, I don't know which character, but a character from the English they had to relearn some lines. Was it Barbara? Because she sounded more like a buttercup type character, and that's not really her character. And so they had to redo some voice lines. And I think in this case, it's like night and day. It's so different. Did I close the tabs? Oh, no, here it is. No, I think it was Barbara, but I think in this case they maybe made a bad choice again. And once again, not the VA, but that to me, her Japanese VA sounds like an Nemo character. And when I first read about her character, because I knew she was older, and I knew about the you know the thing where she says it's madam or whatever. I knew that, and this is more in the Japanese VA, and her personality that she brings through with her voice is way more what I had in mind. But yeah, she's different from what I expected. When I found out that she's an older character, but she looks so young, I was thinking like maybe she's gonna be. I was expecting maybe like a younger sounding voice, but her voice sounds mature. So I'm happy with that.
And smart too.
She seems...
Is that a fan dub? No, they have to get, if that's not the real VA, because I said she doesn't sound like Hanekawa, but that is how they should do it. They should take that video and listen to it, or just get the same VA, because
So
that would be
awesome.
perfect.
Fun. I wonder what her skirt's made
I
out
know,
of.
her design is so cool and really
Yeah.
detailed. I love it.
Very
So,
beautiful.
even though she looks super young, she's actually an old person? Like, oh, where's my teeth?
Well, she's not that old.
I
Oh,
don't know,
right.
could've fooled me.
Faruzan's age is probably still nothing compared to Scaramouche.
Mm-hmm. But let's call him the Wanderer, Sarah. Please.
Okay, you know who I meant. Actually, now that I think about it, yokai can also live a really long time too.
That's right, yeah, no, and speaking of age, isn't the Traveler's age also kind of mysterious?
Mm-hmm, that's true. It looks like all of our characters are intriguing. But it's
That is the best summary I have ever heard in the last 5 minutes of knowing this character exists. Soto says, hearing a Japanese person say, call me senpai, you are like, gomen senpai. But hearing an English person say, call me madam, you are like, okay, Karen. That's fucking hilarious. And true. But I love, whether that was a fan, I'm prone to believe, I think it was a fan dub because it didn't sound to me like Hanekawa's voice. But it sounded like the perfect tone, the perfect personality with that kind of voice lines. Well, actually, I know that whatever the VA for Hanekawa, I'm gonna love whatever she does. But I hope that that is more in line with what this character sounds like, because it sounds really perfect. And I love these two little, look at these two little flits, like, phew, phew, so beautiful.
Say that Faruzan is way older than most people in Tibet. Faruzan works in the Academia's Haravatat Darshan and has been a hairbod, which roughly means mentor, for over a century.
So I bet everyone out there is wondering if she's also some kind of creature blessed with long life, you know? Like Klee?
No,
Clay?
she's actually just your regular, typical human being.
Oh.
Well, maybe not so typical. About 100 years ago, Faruzan was an undisputed genius, traveling all around Sumeru and solving many puzzles and mysteries. The notes she left behind eventually became the basis of mechanical research for later generations.
Whoa, she sounds pretty
She
amazing.
does sound like Hanekawa. Do you have the link? Please send it to me.
But later, she accidentally stumbled into some ruins while trying to solve a puzzle. There, she encountered some strange phenomenon which stopped her from aging, and was trapped there for nearly 100 years.
Whoa.
She eventually solved the puzzle and was able to finally return to Sumeru.
Can you imagine being trapped in a puzzle for 100 years? Wait. So that's how she's been hairbod for over a century.
Yeah. And even now, she still has the pride of a scholar in her heart and is a very talented person. It's just that after being separated from the world for so long, she's kind of fallen behind the times now.
Oh, hey, I get what you mean. She was once a proud researcher in a niche field that has become unpopular after 100 years. So, is she still completely dedicated to her field?
Yep. And she often tries using her old age as a means of drumming up support for her ideas. However, I think she'd prefer to be completely...
That is the wrong way to say that, in my opinion. She uses her old age as a means to drum up support for her idea. It's not, I don't think that's that. In my opinion, based on the very little that I know, and I haven't been given the details they have, so... But I think it's more like, it's her experience. Like, I have this idea, and it's based on this experience of so many, many years. It's not like, I'm old, listen to me.
...complained about for using her seniority rather than garnering sympathy for her experience of being trapped in the ruins.
Yeah, sounds like she's quite the character.
I know, right? Okay, so now that we've covered her backstory, why don't we take a look at Faruzan's abilities in combat?
Okay, before we do, let's hear the real VA. And hi, Lindy. Is Lindy here? Where I didn't see? Oh, there she is. We're watching and talking about the Genshin new live streams. This is one of the new characters. She's beautiful. And she has like a certain personality. So we've listened to the English VA that gives a certain personality, and then we listened to a fan dub that gave a different interpretation of the character, which I loved. And now we're about to listen to the actual VA and her approach and however she was directed to approach it. So I'm quite excited but a little bit nervous because my heart is now set on the second voice that I heard, because I thought that they did so well. But let's see.
Yeah, sure.
Of course, there's an ad first. More like the English one. That sounds so much like Hanekawa.
何を知りたい？台座装置のバリエーション？それとも元素石比の基礎設計についてか？待て。さっき質問したとき、先輩って呼ぶのを忘れておらんかったか？
先輩。
なんじゃ？
なんじゃ？
雷は怖いんじゃぞ。
Ah, she sounds just like Hanekawa.
あなたは一体誰？
Let me hear it again. It sounds more like the approach of the English VA, but with the addition of senpai instead of madam, it definitely has a different feel to it. Similar to what Soto said, which was... Yeah, I already read Soto's.
なんじゃと？年だから耳が遠いのじゃ。まずは先輩と呼んでみ。
This is where she sounds the most like Hanekawa to me. She's so cute.
何を知りたい？台座装置のバリエーション？
バリエーション？
元素石比の基礎設計についてか？
ほんま。
さっき質問したとき、先輩って呼ぶのを忘れておらんかったか？
なん
じゃ？年寄りだって雷は怖いんじゃぞ。
But she says there at the end, it doesn't sound like it's the same voice line as the same line as the English. She says, wait. Nanja, what was that? And? What does she say there? Does she say this? Panya is here. What does she say at the end? Is it the same as the English line? Let me just try again. I don't understand the first part, but it's probably the same. Yeah, it's similar to the English VA with the exception that it's a voice actress that I love, and that sounds more cute to me than bitchy. Sound like she said she's scared. Yeah, kawaii, that part I understand. But the English VA said even old people can be scared at lightning, and I want to know if it's like the same line in English and Japanese. But so this was a fan dub, and I love it so much.
何？わからないところがあるの。まったく見せてみなさい。
I want this.
なるほどな。
It sounds so anemo. It sounds like I want to fall asleep with the wind, the breeze in my hair, and just like a light sunshine on my face, and and as she talks about like research things. Look how pretty her nails are. I like details like that. I love this. This is beautiful. I love her jewelry, including that. I love this little flit in her hair. A lot of Genshin characters have these pigtails now. Like a lot of the new characters, maybe Nilo, and there's one other one. The politeness in Japanese. Senpai misete kudasai. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sad, but I love Yui Hori, so I'm sure that it's going to be a lot of fun listening to her, and we'll get to know the character more as time goes by. If she's a little bit sassy, as they said. Wait, am I on the right video now? No, this isn't the right video. I have too many tabs open. If she's a little bit sassy, as they say, I'm sure we'll get to know and love her with time.
Fight, fight, fight.
100 years have passed, yet there hasn't been any change to those dumb rules at the academia.
Wow.
Dare to mess with me? Have fun with this gift.
The moves are really nice. I love her skirt that puffs up like that with the
love
wind.
all the geometric shapes when she's playing. Did you guys see that?
I didn't see that. I was looking at her dress.
So much geometry, and I took geometry.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
So Faruzan is an animo character, and she wields a bow as her weapon. Her normal attacks are the usual bow attacks you'd expect from a bow user, so there's not too much.
Wow, that's a really pretty bow. What bow is that? Is that the musical bow? No, it's not the musical bow.
There's not too much to say about that.
Is that a new bow?
But her skills are where things get interesting. Her elemental skill deploys a polyhedron that deals damage to enemies. After using her
Polyhedron.
skill, her next aim
Hi,
shot
Cherry.
will become a special attack that creates a vortex, pulling
A
nearby
vortex?
and opponents in.
Ooh.
Nice. So she can clump enemies together.
And there's also another thing about her special charged attack. It will create a vortex effect at its point of impact. And if the attack hits an enemy or ally member, it'll apply a mark and create a vortex after a short delay.
Okay. So it looks like there'll be a lot of potential uses for this attack. Travelers will have to experiment with it and see what they come up with.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing to try hitting teammates with the arrow in co-op mode and have them charge into the enemies to group them all together. I'll have to see who wants to try that with me. After unlocking the talent Impetuous Flow, the time required for fully charging Faruzan's
That's gonna be really
next shot
useful
will be
for
reduced,
Clay's
and the arrow will
bombs.
reduce the target enemy's animo resistance. In her elemental burst, she deploys a dazzling polyhedron and releases a whirlwind pulse. Throughout its duration, the dazzling polyhedron will continuously move along a triangular path. Once it reaches each corner of that triangular path, it will unleash one more whirlwind pulse.
Yeah, 1 minute she's here, the next she's gone for 100 years. Bada boom!
No. Even Sino's jokes are funnier than that.
It was pretty
All right. Anyway, let's hear what effects these whirlwind pulses have.
Sure. When the whirlwind pulse hits opponents, it will decrease their animo resistance. It will also apply an animo damage buff effect to all nearby party members when it's unleashed. Travelers should note that the effective range of this buff is quite large, and it's not just within the whirlwind pulse itself, so there's no need to...
I don't know how I feel about her E yet.
After unlocking her talent, Lost Wisdom...
I'll have to
of
play
Seven
and get a feel of it.
When a team member uses normal, charged, or plunging attacks, elemental skills, or elemental bursts to deal animo damage to an enemy, the damage will increase based on Faruzan's base attack. This effect can only be triggered once for a certain duration of time.
Shao is not going to call her senpai.
Totally. And as a researcher of mechanics and puzzles, Faruzan has taken it upon herself to explore many ruins, with her travels taking her all across Sumeru. Her exploration talent reflects this, and she gains more rewards when dispatched on a Sumeru expedition for 20 hours.
I'm sure no other mentor in Haravatat has 100 years of experience in solving puzzles.
Yeah, I gotta say, that's pretty hard to beat. So, the big question is, when can travelers expect to get these new characters?
That is a good question.
In 12,
Let's talk
13
about
days?
the upcoming event wishes.
I think.
In the early part of version 3.3, the
So,
Wanderer and our...
I said this before I recorded the video. I forgot to say it at the start, but I've already seen this on Twitter. So this time around, it's the way we wanted it before, which is the new character and the new characters in the first banner together, which is great. But this time, actually, I would have preferred it the other way around because I need to save up. But it's fine. I'll save up enough, or I might drop some money to get the Wanderer. So are we supposed to call him the Wanderer now? What is his Japanese name? What is Wander? Because I know the Traveler is Tabibito, but what is Wanderer in Japanese? I'm curious.
Arataki Ito will be available via their own event wishes. Faruzan will also be making her debut in these event wishes. In the later part of version 3.3, we'll be seeing rerun event wishes for both the Raiden
I don't have Raiden
and
yet.
Kamisato Ayato. And last but not least, the new...
But I don't think I'll have any wishes left.
Tule Tula's Remembrance will be appearing in a new weapon event wish.
And that's not all. In version 3.3...
Oh wait, that's a weapon? I thought it was like an artifact. I didn't listen. Scaramouche in Japanese is Kusagaki. Kusagaki. Oh, I get it. It's a Scaramouche's weapon. I like it. I thought it was a...
2 brand new artifact series will become available, so travelers should be sure to check out the corresponding domain.
Woo! More artifacts!
Alright.
I hope travelers will
Wow.
experimenting and trying new combinations with these.
Very pretty.
Okay, we've already talked about a ton of new content, so why don't we take a quick break with another redemption code?
Sounds good. Roll out the code.
Woohoo!
Sounds good. Roll out the code. How long is this? Oh, so much longer than I expected. Okay, please remind me after this to get the primos. Okay, so this is like the events and stuff, right? Is the rest of it the events and stuff? Because I might need to split it into 2. And also I just want to ask Hanku. We haven't dictated what we would do because the moving company will be here for shipping next Monday. I want to play golf. There's so many things we want to do, so we'll let you know about Sunday later. Just ask Hanku. Can I have coffee? Same as yesterday. It was really good. Not too strong. I'm so mad they put Ito and Skara together. I really wanted to wish for Ito on his next rerun. I love him. I'm glad I have him already, so I don't have to worry about that. But I can feel you. It's just events. Okay, so let me upload this. Let me post this first part with the character reactions and the voice actor discussions. Would you recommend Genshin to someone who's never played before? It depends what kind of games you usually like, but I would highly recommend at least trying it out because it's absolutely free, and then you can figure out as you play whether or not you like it. I would say the key things that would draw someone to Genshin is that very beautiful world, amazing character designs, character stories, an overall amazing story. If you're an anime lover, the fact that you get to hear all these famous VAs voicing characters really well. The gameplay itself is very how do you explain, like there's always something new there with events and stuff. But if you're the kind of person that binges a game, I have heard that people do get bored with like just the daily stuff, once you caught up with the whole story and the gameplay. But there's like fun, there's bosses to fight, different bosses, there's places to explore, there's puzzles to do. It's very, very fun. How big of a time sink is it? At the beginning, huge. if you don't have to, because you can pace yourself, but a lot of people want to catch up to the main story and with the new stuff coming out, so you might want to catch up. And so at the beginning, you're gonna spend a lot of time catching up with the main story and stuff and but you don't have to. If you want to dedicate an hour or 2 to the game per day, you can do that, like 5 times a week. Or if you want to do an hour a day, you can do that too. But I think you probably will. I had to stop playing Destiny because it took over your life. What's Destiny? If you have an obsessive personality, it might take a lot of time at the beginning. But eventually, once you catch up with everything, it's more casual where, you play the event and you do the story. The story, usually the new updates take like 2 or 3 days to do. And then it's back to just 30 to 40 minutes a day with dailies and stuff. Thank you. Okay, so let me just end the video here, upload it, post it, and then we can watch the rest. I don't know if we'll watch it before or after Gintama. Why does it all look like the same picture? It's not showing me like... That's weird. I don't know. Last time when I found out about the events and stuff, I forget about it after a week or 2 what events they said were coming, and then once the event comes, I'm like, oh yay, and then you have to read how to do the event anyway. 20 minutes? Okay, so let's do end the video, upload, post it, react to the last 20 minutes, or react to the last 20 minutes, then upload. I mean, post. But I think it's better in separate videos. 2 of the events are events we've done before. See, it's not necessarily reaction content. So I will see you guys in part 2. Next time, make sure to join me live on Twitch if you can. Bye.